Guys, I wanted to share with you what I'm using in my muzzle loader now. I had been using these Powerbelts, but I recently found out from Traditions that you should only use belts in CVAs. What did they say? They're undersized for the Traditions barrel. I went to a Hornady MonoFlex, and one of the reasons I was getting away from the Powerbelts was I was not getting a blood trail. I would have a dead deer after I grid searched and found it, but there would be no blood trail. The bullets usually didn't come out. That's different with these MonoFlex copper bullet. They're not a lead bullet, and I had really good results with these. And I got away from 777s and I went with Whitehots. The MonoFlex is a sabbated bullet. What got me down this path of the Powerbelts always load real easy, no problem. And it's neat, there's no sabbat. But when I started loading these sabbated Hornadys, oh my goodness, are they hard to put down a barrel, okay? I will say that the Whitehots do not foul the barrel like the 777 pellets do. And actually, after one or two shots, there's very little fouling. But I'm doing this video because I want to show you I'm cleaning these guns, put them up for the year, and so I got to remove the bullets, and I just pull the breech plug, stick a paper clip up there, pull the pellets out and reuse them. And this one here has been loaded since early muzzle loading. So it's been loaded for, what would that be, October, and I've hunted with it 5 or 6 times. So it has been exposed to hot and cold and all that, but I don't believe you have to change your pellets or shoot it every time you bring it in from the cold. But anyways, what I'm going to attempt to show you is what a Powerbelt looks like in the breech. See that? See that gap? Powerbelts have this built-in plastic collar around the bottom of the bullet. Theory is when the 777 explosion goes off, that will open up and seal it. But Traditions tell me that's not the case, and that's why, I mean, you don't even hardly have to push it down with the ramrod. It almost falls down compared to these are hard to get down there. But I'm getting 1-inch groups at 100 yards with these. I mean, these actually on paper, they're not that bad. Just thought I'd do a quick video. So I'm shooting these Whitehots. Even though this is rated for 150 grains, both the Whitehots and Traditions say do not use more than 2 pellets. I know there's people out there doing it, but because of the pressure, they don't recommend it. And if you... So here we go. On the Whitehot, right on the back, the maximum load should never exceed a total of 2 charges. So it says right there, and there's people out there shooting 3 of these as a magnum load, but it says right here, IMR Whitehots, do not use more than 2. And Tradition says there's no reason to ever use more than 2 pellets of even 777. But this was the old one. This is the one I did the video on. It came with a thumb hole stock, and I hated it. This is my primary rifle. It is a Traditions Strikefire. I love this new Strikefire mechanism. It's a striker mechanism, a lot like I think Glocks and a Taurus I have. Notice there's no hammer. It's a striker mechanism. Push this up to cock. To decock, you push this button. Simple as that. It does have a safety right there. Breech release right there. This is not the newer one that has the 1 in 24th twist. This is a 1 in 28. It is camo Cerakoted. I love it. It has a longer barrel. It doesn't have the other rifle I was just showing you. Has this opening or this bullet seater, like from here, when you put the bullet in, there's no rifling till you get here, okay? This one goes all the way out. It's a lot lighter of a barrel, a lot thinner, so it's a lot lighter of a rifle. I like how this is flat right here, whereas the other one was rounded. If you're wanting to lay this on something, that helps instead of having it rounded. The scope is sort of cheap, but I like that it's camo and it works, and it's a 3-9. It does have a drop-down reticle, or a BDC bullet drop compensator. crosshairs, 0 at 100. There's a line above it for 50 and 2 lines below it for 150 to 200. Can't find the scope cap size to put on the clear flips like I like, the Blizzards. We're cleaning them up. We're going to put them up for the year. We're about done, but I really like this rifle. It is a true 200-yard muzzleloader. Don't have to worry about rust. But, you know, I will usually carry 2 muzzleloaders because there is no law that says you cannot carry 2 muzzleloaders. It just says you have to use a muzzleloader. So I started carrying 2 in case you need a follow-up shot or you miss. You can grab another one. Since we're new to this one, we started with the Whitehots, the Hornady Flex and the Whitehots, and I'm using Federal 209 primers. Okay, this old Traditions, I didn't like how it was all black. Put an old scope on it from a 25-06. It's got the BDC reticle. But I tried to camo it, and I was amazed how this so-called flat paint, thought it was too green because there's no green this time of year, so I was trying to put some brown. Look how that brown flat paint reflects there. Tried to do that sponge method, just painted it green. I was happy with the green, but I don't know, I'm going to have to sand that or rough it up or something. But notice this one had a hammer. Okay, the Strikefire does not have a hammer. But I use that solvent on them, and I'm old-fashioned. I still use boar butter, like these quick loads here, and a Traditions. No, I think that's a Powerbelt starter. Another tip, I use handy wipes to make my own cleaning patches. They've always worked great for me. And what I do on my breech plug is I wipe lithium grease around it. That is my favorite thing. I've never had a seized. I'll have to apply some new ones. But this white lithium grease, that's from where I did the other one because you don't want to get it on you. Traditions has its own line of bullets that I highly recommend. They're not that expensive. They're actually same price as Powerbelts. If you don't want to try the Hornady. Another good one. What I sighted that rifle in with was the Hornady SSTs. These are $10 a box, so that's 50 cents a piece. So it's almost half the price of the Powerbelts. But these are a lead bullet, just a jacketed lead bullet. But they basically are almost identical. They use the exact same sabot. So you can sight in with these cheap. These are $10. These are $20, and they're still up there with Powerbelt. Oh, and you get this rifle was sighted in with the 225 Powerbelts when I didn't know any better. You can no longer buy them. All you can buy is the 245s now. So it's not even sighted in for these new bullets, but they were getting hard to buy. But for the same price, you get 15 arrow tip bullets for the same price as 20 Hornady, for 20 Hornady MonoFlexes. You get 20 of these for the same price as 15 Powerbelts, or for $10, half the price of the Powerbelts, you get 20 SSTs. Okay, but I just pulled this bullet, or pushed this bullet out with the ramrod. And what I wanted to show you is, if it ever focuses for me, there was no engagement of the rifling with the bullet on the way down. See? The only thing engaging is this little cup here. Okay? And the theory is that when the explosion goes off, this is going to, which I don't see how because it is so hard I can't bend it. And that's what Traditions was telling me, is you're going to get a tremendous amount of blow-by, and that's what's going to happen. And the other thing I've always wondered about these is I can spin this around the bullet. So if this engages the rifling, how is that going to spin the bullet if the bullet is not, you know what I'm saying? See, I can sit here and spin that end cap. See that? I don't know if it's showing up, but I'm spinning this end cap. So if only thing engaging the rifling is this, and even if it expands under explosion, the copper bullet won't necessarily spin on top of it. Now I have pulled these and they had rifling marks when the barrel was fouled really good. But anyways, just thought I'd share that tip